Hi, my name is Wanja Kimani. I am so pleased to be standing here in front of you guys to tell you about my experience in Saudi. Yes, it's cold, it's freezing cold, but I feel good. I mean, in Saudi, I wouldn't have this privilege to enjoy such serene weather. I'll be telling you more about my experience and what I learned from other people at the deportation center where I was held for a month. And I hope you will understand that my situation is not just an isolated case. It's something that could happen to anyone who is there. Yeah, so basically, I was looking for a job and I landed upon some adverts on Facebook some adverts on Facebook about house-to-house cleaning in Saudi. And I took the number that was attached to the post and I called and we made the arrangements and I met with the agent and they told me that I would be working in a different house every day. And I was like, yes, this is it. And you see, when you're working in a different house every day, because according to the terms, you work in a different house every day, and in the morning you're dropped to work by the company vehicle, in the evening you're picked by the same company vehicle. I felt it was safe because in case I go missing, my company will know because they are supposed to be picking me and dropping me every other morning. So I took the opportunity. I left my passport. I already had a passport. So I left my passport at the agency and we embarked on the process of getting me a visa and taking me to Saudi. So I consulted with a few friends and I told them about the opportunity and I explained it to them. And those who have worked in Saudi previously told me that yes, it would be safer than working in just one house for the rest, for like 2 years or for months. Yeah, so when I explained to them that this is a different opportunity altogether, they congratulated me. Actually, they were excited for me. They told me that I would be paid 30,000 Kenya shillings, which is around $300, and a, that's a good amount because remember in 2020 most of us were not working, and especially we freelancers, no gigs, no writing opportunities. Like 2020 was just a bad year, especially for we artists and freelancers. So for me to be getting 30K and it's a safe opportunity, you see, why would I not take it? So I proceeded. And so fast forward to the day of the travel, that's when I was given the contract to sign, and it was like 2 hours before the flight. So the contract, I did not agree with it, mostly because of the terms, literally, because it said that the moment I board the plane, this Kenyan agent is no longer responsible for me. And that's when it hit me that this is trafficking. I'm being sold. And I feared for my life. Another thing is that only the employer has the right to terminate the contract. And remember, they had quoted a probation period of 90 days. And if within those 90 days I'm found not fit to work, I would be taken back to my country. But remember, only the employer has the right to decide if you are fit or unfit. So as long as you're benefiting them, they don't care what disadvantage you are at, they don't care what happens to you, but as long as you're benefiting them. That did not hit me at first, or I did not interpret it like that at first, but I felt like, oh, this is a red flag, because termination of a contract within probation period should be two-way. Either party should terminate under circumstances that are not favoring that particular party. So I talked to the agents. I told them I don't feel like signing this contract, and they told me if I don't feel like signing it, then I should refund their money. And I asked which money. They said I should refund their recruitment fee. I did not bother to ask how much it was, because at that point I had given away everything. Like, I gave away furniture, beddings, my own clothes, everything. So me asking how much it was would just put me on a worse position mentally. So I just told them I just need to work this thing out, but I don't have the money now. So they told me, you just go, you can solve it from the other end. So I took a leap of faith and I went. And I tried to condition myself that this has got to work, that many have gone and they have succeeded, and I would also succeed. I had to try it. So I went. And remember, this contract had quoted a salary less than what I had been told initially. The salary quoted was around 25,000, which is, yes, 25,000. And that was the other red flag. I felt like I had been played, but I said 25,000 is better than nothing, because in Kenya I was getting money, but not on a regular basis. So I felt like this 25,000 on a regular basis was better than this fluctuating amount, which sometimes I don't even get. So I had told the agent that I am against anybody taking away my passport, because remember, I have had it for years. So when we landed in Saudi, I was, yes, among other ladies, because this is an employment bureau, it's a recruitment agency, so I definitely had to travel among other ladies. So when we landed, our passports were taken away and I freaked out. So we were taken to the office accommodation, and there also our phones were taken away, and I felt, now this is it. But it wasn't only me, so I let it slip. So while at the office accommodation, there are ladies who are mentally challenged, but they cannot be taken home. There are those who had traveled while pregnant, so they had to stay in that accommodation until they give birth and they maybe wean the babies. And gosh, this thing is tricky. Like, under no circumstances shall this agency accept to go at a loss. So you, as the employee, you that has been recruited, are the one that will be treated anyhow as long as they achieve their ends. And these ladies that had flown pregnant had to wait there until they had to stay there for months. And I know it's not only my office that did that. I think it's a common occurrence. So these ladies, okay, now leave alone the ladies. So I discovered that the work is not working in a different house every day. You work in one house for 3 or 4 months. And I freaked out once more. Because you see, when you're working, the moment the office has released you to go with your employer, they never follow up on you. They never ask you how you're doing. They never check what time you have slept and what time you have woken up. Even if you work for 24 hours a day, they don't care. Even when you complain to them, they will tell you, you continue working, or you tell your boss, or you do this. And really, whose responsibility should it be, considering that this is somebody's first time working in a house environment for somebody else in a foreign country, without even understanding their language, without understanding their mannerisms at all, and you're being told, you tell your boss that you're not supposed to work until a certain hour. These people have been sleeping all day. They expect you to work all day. If they know that, if they themselves need to sleep, and you as the worker are a human being just like them. Shouldn't they just consider that you are a human being like them? So I remember a time I worked 20 hours straight without a single drop of water, without food. I worked continuously for 20 hours. And this is not just once, not twice. Like, it's something that I almost got used to until my feet, my face, my hands were swelling, and I did not understand why. So I felt, no, I cannot continue like this. Because when I told my employer that I was feeling sick and my feet and hands were in pain and they were swollen, like they were really swollen, I had to show her. She said that Africans are not supposed to be sick, and she told me I need to just take a lot of water. And that time she also told me to iron 7 baskets of clothes. You understand the big laundry baskets? Yeah, I ironed 7 of them. And remember, this is non-stop, because the only moment I get to stop ironing these clothes is when she has told me to go downstairs to clean the kitchen, like to wash the dishes and just to clean up after, because it was Ramadan, so the dishes were plenty. Yeah, that was the only time I got to stop ironing. And I remember I became so dizzy, my head was hurting, remember my hands and feet are swollen, and I became so sick. Yeah, so I told her, and she told me, take a lot of water. I remember she said in Arabic, and that's when I learned Arabic from her. She said, moya kithir. That is plenty of water. Yeah, so forgive the background noise. I'm outside, and it's because I can get to enjoy freedom. Yeah, so yes, so I took lots of water, and at that point I was like, no, I need to go home. I need to get out of here. Remember when I'm telling my office that I am working 20 hours straight without food, they're telling me, you tell madam to give you food. This madam is somebody who is like 60-something years old, and she herself is always eating. Like, when she's not eating crisps, she's eating a banana. When she's not eating a banana, she's eating something else. When she's not eating, she's drinking. That is after Ramadan now. So I wondered, why should I tell somebody who's that old to give me food? I mean, I am a human being, I'm working for her, and she can see me. She knows I have not eaten, because she has not seen me eating from the moment I stepped out of bed at around 5 in the morning. Like, why should I remind her that I am a human being and I need food just like her? I mean, this is common sense, or maybe, sense is not common to everyone, so I excuse her for that. But really, this problem was not just my problem. It's something that has happened to so many people. And you see, eventually I talked to a friend of mine that works in the media, and I told her, please, this is what is happening, this is what has been happening, and I can even show you how I look and how the situation is here. And I really fear for my life, because in Saudi, I was told every household has a gun. And okay, there's a lot I could say. Sorry if I'm drifting out of topic, but this is just about what I went through. So when I talked to my friend who works in the media, she agreed to do my story, and that's how I got rescued from this house. Because when at first I had told my company, the office now, that I need to be gotten out of that house, I'm really sick, I need to access medical care, they told me, can you quit that drama and continue working? So that's when I discovered I am on my own. In this situation, and no matter what happens, this office is striving to protect and to hold on to what is theirs. They have sold me, so they need to maximize whatever amount they were paid to to send me to work in that house. So God is good. My story was aired on TV on that day, and this employer of mine released me, and I was taken back to the office. And in the office, you know, I had made my issue public. This is why I made my issue public. You see, when I talked to the Kenyan agency telling them that I need to return home because of this and that, they said I should pay back their money. I asked how much is it? They said 200,000, which is $2,000. And at that point, if I did not have money to repay them for recruiting me, for taking me to work in Saudi against my will, because it was against my will, really. If I did not have that amount to give them in the beginning, where would I get the 200,000 now? So I decided, no, I have to involve my friends, I have to involve whoever needs to be involved. But if 200,000 shillings is what is keeping me in that hostile environment, I would rather pay them, because my life is more valuable than 200,000. So yes, I posted on my Facebook, people shared, people gave suggestions on whom to approach and so forth. And my agency, not my agency, the agency that had taken me to Saudi was confronted, and it became a real issue. I have been threatened, I have been blackmailed, I have gone through a lot, but eventually I was taken out of my employer's house, and then I was taken to the office, and they were tormenting me. They were saying a lot of mean things, and they were saying that I should not complain about the company that they have worked for 7 years. And they said that my madam was good, I'm the one who wasn't good. My madam was good, she gave me a pair of socks, and I was like, oh, was I supposed to be bought with a pair of socks just because somebody gave me a pair of socks for Ramadan, which happens like once a year? Just because somebody gave me a pair of socks, I should be, oh, madam is good, oh, madam is denying me food. Shall I eat the socks for the whole month? No. Shall I use the socks to cure my swelling? Like, really, I just said I'm not that cheap to be bought with a pair of socks. So they told me they were going to record me a video, smiling, saying that I am fine, I am safe. And I said, no, this is Saudi. I cannot be smiling and saying I am safe, because I will say I'm safe. Next thing you know, I'm dead. I'm dumped somewhere in the desert. And they will say, oh, but you said she was okay, but she did this, she did that. And really, I refused to record the video, and they said, no, you're being dramatic, you need to record this video if you want us to save you and all. So I said, oh, okay. I was talking to myself, and I was like, you see, smiling is natural to me. I smile at a lot of things, and I smile really good. So they recorded a video of me. I said, I am okay, I am in the office, they are helping me. So immediately I recorded the video, I was taken to the deportation center. And in that deportation center, nobody told me nothing. Like, I was in the dark. I did not even realize it was a deportation center at first, because nobody was telling me anything. I was getting food, I was getting whatever amenities I needed.